hearing is a very important subject here on our show, and we have lots of folks that talk about it. And today I have Frank Parven, who's here with Clear Choice Hearing Aid Center, who has brought some samples today, and we're going to talk a little bit about hearing and some of the things that you can do about if you have hearing loss. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's talk a little bit about you, Frank. So you're a hearing specialist, and you've been doing this for quite some time, I understand.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Well, my name is Frank Parven. I'm a hearing instrument specialist. I have been working with Clear Choice for last 12 years.
Okay.
This was the time I decided to get my hearing aid dispenser license from a speech, language, pathology, audiology, hearing aid dispenser board of California.
Mm-hmm.
And right now with 4 locations in Orange County and 4 locations in San Diego County and 1 location in Riverside County, and under Clear Choice Hearing Center.
Okay, and it's a family business.
It is a family business.
Okay.
And exactly, it is a family business. The owner of the Clear Choice Hearing Aid Center is Mr. Julian Abedi. He started the business about 30 years ago.
Okay.
And during these many years we have grown, and we pretty much got to the point which we may extend more location in different cities.
Wow,
Okay.
wow. Well, the one that's closest to us here is in Laguna Hills.
Correct.
Right? Okay. Let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about some of the things that are super important to having your hearing checked. Why is that so important?
Well, the hearing is one of the senses, and you definitely like to check that. And hearing, especially when you get around 50 years old. One of the biggest important about the hearing test, it doesn't mean that you have a hearing loss. It just tells you what you are, and if when you come for a hearing test, which is very much complimentary hearing test in our offices, and we apply for everybody which decide to come in for the hearing test. And we very much figure it out if you have a normal hearing or you have a slightly hearing loss, or we figure it out the type or degree of the hearing loss at that time. And we very much recommend to everyone to do that once a year, to get a hearing test to make sure to stay up to date.
Right. Now, is it true that 1 in 3 have a hearing loss over 60 years of age?
Well, the fact shows, yes, definitely. The fact shows 1 in 3 people over the age of 60 has some sort of the hearing loss.
Oh, okay.
And 1 in 14 Generation Xers already have some hearing loss. 1 in 6 baby boomers have hearing loss.
Wow.
1 in 5 teenagers have some type of the hearing loss.
Okay.
Okay, but luckily, 90 to 95% of people with the hearing loss can be treated with the hearing aids.
I see, I
Okay.
see. Well, let's talk a little about some of the services that you guys have. We have some pictures online. It shows your location, and then also we have a picture here of some clients that have come in. So what can people expect when they come into the office?
Well, it's very simple and not painful.
Pain-free.
When they come in, we very much it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to go through the hearing test, which is included observation of the ear canal and eardrum. We do the video otoscope, and we make sure there is no earwax, or and also we check the eardrum to make sure is it normal or there is a perforation eardrum. Then we do the hearing test, which is included the air conduction test, bone conduction test, word recognition test, and also included most comfortable level and uncomfortable level. And that test is very much tell us the degree and the type of the hearing loss.
Okay.
And there are different type of the hearing loss. We have to make sure we recognize the type of the hearing loss. Is it cognitive? Is it sensory neural? Is it in the behind the ear, or is it in the middle ear? So all we're gonna figure it out in the first session, which we're gonna, after the test, we're gonna pretty much consult with the client. We very much explain everything to the client to make sure they understand is that a normal hearing, or they have some sort of hearing loss, and what's the degree of the hearing loss.
Okay.
And during that session, if there is a hearing loss, we very much recommend what type of the hearing aid is good for the client.
Right.
And fortunately, since we work with many different companies, with the most major companies, as far as the Widex, Oticon, Siemens, Starkey, and Phonak, we're not focusing on one brand. We very much choose the hearing aid which fits the client the best.
Right.
And that's very important. Most of the competitors, they use one hearing aid, one manufacturer, and they push that. We don't. We very much go with the exact brand of the hearing aid, and then we, if the client agree with that, then we do the programming, and we do the fitting for the client.
Right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the hearing aids that you have right here with us. You have two different kinds, it looks like. Tell me a little bit about them. And what we'll do is have you hold those up so they can take a look at them on screen.
I brought in a couple set hearing aids. When we talk to people, they're still thinking of the hearing aids like those giant hearing aids, which is, everybody can see, or the technology of the hearing aid has changed a lot.
Right.
And now this is the one I brought in. So that's by the Widex, which is the behind the ear. They call it the receiver in canal.
Okay.
That sits behind the ear, and that's very much goes right behind the ear, and the receiver goes right in the canal. And very much invisible. Right now I don't have the dome to hold the thing inside. And also these are by Oticon. As you see is the mini, and also there are hearing aids which is smaller than this. And the most important thing is to find the hearing aid which is fit a client correctly. Gotcha. And that's number one. Number two, which is really we emphasize on that, is the services.
Right.
We very much spend 70% of our time on services and the follow-up. Hearing aid is not something which you get fitted with and say goodbye and go away for another few years.
Right.
Hearing aids, you have to have a lifetime services. Means we usually fit the client with a hearing aid. We see the client about 4 times in the first 2 months to make sure we do all the follow-up fitting, fine-tuning, and consultation.
Right.
And then after that, very much every 2 to 3 months, we see a client.
Right.
And to make sure they are using the hearing aid. If there is any problem, if we have to fine-tune the hearing aid, or we have to show them how to clean, how to change batteries, and all these things, is all about the consultation.
Right.
And that's the lifetime services included.
Great. And one thing I thought was also very interesting that I hadn't heard before is you can make house calls. So tell me how a house call works.
Definitely, that's one of the unique services we apply in our company. These house calls are for those clients which cannot drive and they have a disability. And definitely, yes, we are equipped with our audio meters and all the equipment. We go to the client's house and we do the hearing test at their own places. And then also we do follow up with them at their own houses or facility they are living at.
Okay.
And I guess plus that we also we visit most about the senior housing around us.
Okay.
There is like we choose like a few senior housing around us, and regularly once in a month or once every other month we visit all this senior housing, just for them, just to be there for them to
Right.
clean their hearing aid, consult with them, and make sure they are okay.
Perfect. And so now let's talk about your location. You guys are located off of Alicia Parkway.
Correct.
Right. And you pretty much are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. And then Saturday you can also make an appointment. Is that correct?
Absolutely right.
Okay, great.
Absolutely right.
Great.
Saturdays is an appointment only, but 9 to 5 every day. Yes.
Perfect. And
sometimes we stay longer.
Okay.
There are people, they can come in till 5, there's no problem. We stay for them till like 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Yes.
And if anyone had any questions, they could always go to your website, which is cchaad, right?
Correct.
.com. Okay,
Correct.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the information.
Oh, you're very welcome. Glad I'm here to introduce our company, and thanks to you to let us to do this interview. We love to hear from you. The number for our office in Laguna Hills is 949-855-1331.
Perfect.
Please give us a call, and if you have any question, I'm there to answer your calls.
Perfect. Thank you. We put that on the screen just for you because you
Okay.
did such a good job at that. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
All right, so don't forget you have hearing choices right here in your community, and you can get a free house call from Clear Choice. So very awesome. All right, well, we'll be right back after this.